the interest on that aspect is now coming in, where they are now getting to know about what you sell. If they don't know what you sell, there is no way they are going to be interested in what you do. So they need to know that you have a property, you have a product that you are selling. Now, the next stage is what we call the consideration stage. After they've been able to identify after they are now aware of the property, they indicated interest, or you've aroused interest in them. Sometimes some realtors, some clients don't even know that there is a particular benefit that they can get in some kind of properties, but it is your function as a realtor to arouse that interest in them. So when you've been able to arouse this interest in them, the next stage in the funnel is now that stage of consideration, because they will now have to consider getting that property from you. So after they've started considering that property, they are now like, okay, should I go ahead with this products rather, or I should take some time to reconsider my steps. Okay, what else can I do that will actually benefit me other than this particular property? They are now considering options. If they've been speaking with some other kinds of some other realtors, they will start considering the offers that are available to them. I don't know if we are learning something from today's session. Having been able to go through that process where they will have to consider, the next process is where we now call the intent process. That way they now indicate interest. They now indicate their intention that, okay, this is what I want to do. After they've now indicated interest, they are now telling you, okay, if this property is for investment purposes, how many percent profit am I going to get if I invest in this number of time? How many percent profit am I going to get if it's going to be in 12 months, in 13 months, in 18 months? By the time they are doing this, you are categorizing them in the funnel. You are categorizing them in the funnel. See, a lot of persons, there was a stage in my journey where I had a lot of inflow of leads that I lost out on the tracking stages. That was when I recently started out real estate. I lost out on that track. So when I moved ahead, when I advanced into the sector, I now grew in knowledge and then expanded in some other tools that I can use to track all of these things. What you are learning today in today's class is very, very valuable. Is very, very valuable, and you need to understand it very well. So by the time they've indicated in intentions for that property, the next thing, they now evaluate their options. Okay, if I'm doing this, I'm getting it evaluating their options could be that they will evaluate the price that they want to get it. They will evaluate the number of units that they want to get from you, and then also they may also want to evaluate the best person to work with. Should they go with another realtor and then leave you behind, or they would want to go with you? But it is now your function to offer value to this person, so that by the time they are going through these 6 stages of the marketing funnel, they will be able to still come back to you as the number one person that they would always want to reach out to in everything that they do. And then the last stage in the funnel of marketing is the purchase stage, where they get to exchange cash for the value you are offering them. Are we learning something in today's class? Are we learning something? I don't know, the atmosphere, I think the weather is really affecting us a lot. If the weather is not affecting you, please, you can type in the chat box that you are following up. You can unmute your mic and then let me know that you are following up, so I can be very much aware that I'm not the only one in the class. Now moving forward, let's now talk about the marketing strategies. I'd love for us to talk about all of these things, but we've already discussed them. So now let's talk about the marketing strategies. marketing strategies. Now, in marketing, please, if there is one thing I would want us to distinguish in this class, is to understand the difference between sales strategy and marketing strategy. Sales is that you have somebody you are already talking to about a particular property, and that conversation is leading to revenue generation. That is sales. You are making profit, you are earning commission. That's sales. Marketing is that you are creating an awareness for a product, and it is also part of the process that takes you to the other stage. Do you understand that difference? Do you understand that difference? Please let me see your responses in the chat box. Do you understand that difference? Okay, great. I can see that. Now, let's go further. Now, the marketing strategies that we have that are very, very effective. Number one marketing strategy is the content marketing strategy. Content marketing strategy. Now, in this aspect of marketing, or in this type of marketing, we have the aspect where you have to create valuable content to attract and engage potential clients. Create valuable content to attract and engage potential clients. Now, I didn't have it in my slides, but what are the different types of content that you can come up with? You can come up with video content. Video content converts a lot. Video content converts a lot. So as a realtor, you might want to consider coming up with video content. We have the written content type. You want to start writing. There is also why am I forgetting this now? It's escaping my mind. But we have different types of content marketing strategies. So now, if I were you in this class, what I will do is I will take a screenshot of the slide. I will now go back and make my own research about content marketing, digital marketing, and brand positioning. If you remember very well, in one of our sessions, we've also touched digital marketing. We've treated digital marketing where we had our digital marketer, a very professional one at that does lead generation and all of that. He was the one that took that digital marketing class. Now, if you are able, as a realtor, if you are able to put out content, or if you are able to streamline your marketing strategies in these three paramount sectors, you are going to get value and you are going to make very important revenue for yourself. So we have the content marketing strategy, we have the digital marketing strategy where you use online platforms to reach and convert prospects. Now, if you listen while I was talking, I said I utilized my WhatsApp status. That was where I posted that first property I sold. And then from there I got a prospect that I converted to a client that is also still patronizing me till today. You understand? So the marketing strategies, content marketing, create valuable content to attract and engage potential clients. The next one is your digital marketing strategy, where you use the digital marketing platforms like Facebook, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter. You can also use property listing sites like Nigeria Property Center. You can use Jumia and different other platforms. And then the third marketing strategy is the brand positioning. Brand positioning is very key because this is like one of the selling points of every top realtor. This is the selling point. If you open your Instagram today, what you see, most of the times what you see there is personal brands, people's personal brands. That's what you see out there a lot of times these days. What you see out there these days a lot of times is people's personal brands. Now, what are they trying to do? They are trying to create a level of trust They are trying to build trust with their audience. They are trying to build trust with their audience. Now, without trust, it's impossible to even make sales. Without trust, it's very much impossible to make sales. So your clients must be able to trust you. That's where brand positioning comes in. So are you putting out your company as a person, or are you putting out your personal brand for people to trust you? Now, I was taking onboarding session for some of my team members some days ago, and I told them that the only way a client can buy a property from you is when they have been able to trust you as an individual. I don't know, this is a very, very key nugget. You can write this down. The only way a client can buy property from you is when they've been able to trust you as an individual. Please, let's write this down. The only way a client can get a property from you, the only way a client can purchase a property from you is when they've been able to build trust in you as an individual. Please, let's write this down so you can always go back and meditate on it again. This is a very, very it's very, very important. The only way a client can buy property from you is when they've been able to build trust in you as an individual. You can write this down, please. Write it in your notepad, write it in the comment section. Very, very key. Very, very key. Some of us can even attest to the fact that a lot of deals that we even closed with some persons is as a result of the trust that they have in you. Because of the value proportion that you have been able to offer them in the market. That's why they've been able to build that level of trust in you. So without trust, it will be difficult to make sales. So establishing brand identity and the value proportion in the market is very, very important. That's what brand positioning does for us. Are we gaining value from our session today? Are we gaining value from our session today? If you are gaining value, please let me see it out there that you are gaining value. If you are gaining value, let me see that you are gaining value. Type in the comment section that you are gaining value. Type in the comment section that you are gaining value. Come on, guys, let's go. I want to see our energy. I want to see our energy in the chat room, in the chat box. If you are gaining value, type that you're gaining value. Let me see that. Awesome. Ayan Laja, I don't know if I pronounced that name very well. She said yes. Awesome. Kayode, I'm gaining value. Awesome. Kayode said I'm gaining value. I'm getting real value for my life. Awesome. Mr. Frank, I can see that. Awesome. Boluatife, awesome. I love this a lot. Now this is going to tell that yes, we are really following through with what we are doing in our session today. It's very, very important. It's very paramount, because knowing these things is going to help you know how to put yourself out there, position yourself out there as a realtor, and then for you to also know how to follow through with every of the processes, to track what you're doing, to track the processes. You understand? I love that we are gaining value. If possible, the class is still going on. You can reshare it. You can share it with other persons. You can share it with your with persons in your community. Share the meeting link with them. Let them join in so that they can gain value. A lot of persons, what you are learning in this class today, some people pay for it. Some people pay for sessions like this just to gain value and then implement it. And if you've been following through with every of our session, I said, I love the fact that we do not only learn, but we put everything that we learn into practice. So I want us to continue with that. Now, moving straight forward, the objectives of marketing. What did we just discuss? We just finished talking about marketing strategies. Now the next thing is the objectives of marketing. What is the reason why you are out there doing your marketing? Now, I've already stated that before, but I'm just highlighting them so that you can see it visibly. You can see it visibly. The number one thing that marketing does for you is to create brand awareness. Brand awareness. That's what marketing does for you. It creates brand awareness. The next thing that marketing will ever do for you is to generate leads. To generate leads. Now, I said before, I told us that if the only thing that we are doing is to post in our WhatsApp status, I'm sorry, you may likely not get new leads. You understand? You may likely not get new leads. You may likely not even make sales as soon as you want. I'm sorry, it's just an honest truth. Because we need to know all of these things and know how we can see. For you to get the best of what you want, you need to know the deep secrets that other people use to get these things done. And one of the ways is through the marketing strategies. So one of the objectives of marketing is to generate leads for you. And then another thing marketing does is for you to nurture those leads that you've gotten before. And if you followed up with the sales process that we discussed about earlier on, you will get to understand that the process of nurturing your leads will have the follow-up strategy. For those of you that attended last week's session, I'm sure you are already smiling because you already got lots of value on the different follow-up strategies. I'm sorry, try to get my seat up. Okay, so for those of you that attended last week's session, you got value, not only strategies, but you got practical examples that you can put into practice, like immediate action on the follow-up. Now that's what I'm talking about. So highlighting the marketing objectives that we have here, building brand awareness, generating leads, and then nurturing these leads that you've gotten. What do you want to do with people that you met in an event? Let's say you went for an outing and then you met 15 people like I mentioned earlier on. Out of those 15 people, you pitched your properties to about 10 of them. Out of that 10, about let's say 5 of them indicated interest, and then 1 of them was able to close up on that sale with you. Now what do you do to follow up on that client? After making a sale with a particular client, do you just abandon that client? No, you won't. Now let me give you a practical example. There is this client of mine. He is in the UK. He bought a plot from me in Ibudo. Now, when we launched Harmony Hills, I introduced Harmony Hills to him. Introducing Harmony Hills to him means that I am now creating an awareness that there is a new product that is going to be of value to you and that you should also key into. You understand? Now, what did I just do? I am following up on him. Not only on that, I have ended a transaction just at one point, and then I'm now introducing another one. Before I even introduce another property to him, I have been taking him through the nurturing stages, the follow-up stages, which is the after sales follow-up strategies that I taught in the class last week. So when you close up on a sale with a client, you need to also discover processes that you can follow up to actually align those strategies and then follow up on clients that you've closed up on with. So you are not just abandoning them, but you are actively involved in the process of wanting to see that they are still on your side, just in case they want to carry out another project. So knowing these things are very, very important in our marketing processes. Do we have any question about marketing? Before we go to the differences between this, do we have any question on marketing? Any question? Any question? Do you have any questions on sales strategies, marketing strategies, any questions at all. It could be on the sales cycle, it could be in the marketing funnel, it could be in the sales objectives, it could be in the marketing objectives, any question at all. All right, great. If you are, I'm sure we are all following suit with the training today. So now we are going to move straight into the next in line. What then is the difference between sales and marketing? Just give me a minute, please. Now, over to this. What then is the difference between sales and marketing? The actual difference between sales and marketing is the target audience and the approach. Target audience and approach. That's just the difference. That's the difference. That's the difference. The target audience and the approach you are taking. That's the difference. So you need to discover that in marketing, you have a target audience. It could be that you've not even met these people. Ah, somebody so special to me just joined this call, this training rather. You're welcome, princess. Good to have you here. Wow, this is awesome. This is awesome. Wow, wow, wow. Thanks for joining in. I'm also going to welcome Mr. Adedamola. Thank you for joining in, sir. Welcome, Aisha. Thank you for joining in. You're all welcome. Now, back to what we were discussing. The difference between sales and marketing. The difference between sales and marketing is simply the target audience and then the approach with which you use to go about it. That's just the actual difference. Because in marketing, you have you are your target is basically to create awareness, to get brand trust, and also to get like loyalty from persons that want to trust get into you. Then in sales is actually that you have people you are already conversing with. You understand? You have people you are already converting with. Now what we have here on the screen, sales is direct interaction with individual prospects. You already have people that you are talking with. Somebody has reached out to you about a property. What is that? You have a lead already. So that lead that you have, you are going to take him through that sales circle that we treated earlier on. That's what you will now do. You will take that lead through that sales circle. You will qualify the lead. You will know how to pitch your property to the lead. You will take, it is a step-by-step process, you understand? While marketing has to do with a broader outreach to attract and educate potential clients. That's just the difference. So if you listen closely, I said it has to do with the target audience and the approach. Now on the target audience for sales, it means that you already have people that you are discussing with. That's the target audience for sales. While for marketing, the target audience is to reach out to potential clients. Now the approach, when it comes to sales, it means that you have profiled the person. You have done your profiling, you've done pitch and all of those things. While for marketing, the approach you are taking is that of people you are just meeting. So you now have to take them through that marketing funnel that I actually showed us earlier on. Now moving forward, what are the metrics of success for both strategies? The metrics of success for both strategies, because every strategy has every strategy has a metric of success. Now like I mentioned earlier on, before we proceeded with the class, I told us I'm going to unveil all of these things to us. I'm going to let us know the metrics of success and a whole lot other things that I mentioned. And as we move further, we are going to be treating them. Now, what are the metrics of success for both the sales strategies and the marketing strategies? Now, everything you are doing in your sales circle, everything you do in your sales circle should generate revenue. Everything you do in your sales circle should generate revenue, because that's the goal. That's the goal. The goal is to generate revenue. As a realtor, now when I'm even using revenue, it seems like the word is even too big. Is to earn commission. To earn commission. Goldmark Residence currently selling at 100 million naira. What's 5% of 100 million naira? That's 5 million. So if you are marketing the Goldmark to anybody, your goal, your target, when I say marketing, I actually meant that on the aspect of the sales. So your focus on the sales is to make commission, to earn commission. That's your focus. The next one is to close up on deals. Aside just earning commissions, to close up on more deals and also to retain your clients. Now for marketing, I think there is a mistake there while I was trying to put up the slide. For marketing, your major target is to focus on the reach, the number of leads that you are generating. You can write that down because there is a mistake here in the slide. Your target for the marketing, the first one is the number of leads you are generating. Number of leads you are generating. The second one is the number of engagements that you are getting. Okay, you've generated 100 leads this week. How many persons have engaged you in conversations? Those are the things that you are targeting at. Those are your success metrics for marketing. And then the next one is the conversion rate. The next one is the conversion rate. Have you written that down? If you've written it down, you can let me know so I can move on to the next slide. The first one is the number of leads you're generating. The second one is the number of engagements you are getting. And then the third one is what I actually just mentioned to us. Now let's move further to the next thing we have. Now I was going to talk about, before we go on to questions, I was going to talk about the importance of sales and marketing and how you can align them. Now, having been able to identify the differences between sales and marketing, it is important to align these two things together. Aligning them means that your sales and marketing strategies should practically be seen in the process, in every process. So as you are marketing, generating leads, you are qualifying those leads, you are pitching the product you have to them, you are engaging them, following up on them, and then ensuring that all of those processes are leading to you making sales. Without you being able to understand the differences that are inherent in all of these things, it will be difficult for you to be very productive with every of your strategies that you are putting into place. I have understood this difference, so whenever I am doing anything online, I know I'm only marketing, I know I'm only advertising to get more people, to get more clients. I'm running adverts to get more clients, to get more leads rather. You understand? So identifying that is going to help you. By the time you are getting more people reaching out to you, the greater potential for you to make a sale. So more people reaching out to you, more persons, more possibilities of you making a sale. Remember the funnel goes 10% of 10% of the other 10%. So out of 1,000, 100 may reach out to you. Out of the 100, 10 will indicate actual interest, and out of that 10, 1 may likely make a purchase from you. So understanding